What we're gonna do right here is go back. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Kuma Style review. What we're doing today is the Transformers MasterPiece MP-17. This is the Takara version, and it's Prowl. Looking at the box here, pretty simplistic, really small box. Got Prowl and Robot Mode and Alt Mode. Standard, just like the Lambor. Cool post there, letting you know that it does fit into the MP-10 trailer. Just scale comparison, car mode, nothing crazy. Alright, now what's in the box? You of course get Prowl. Comes in alt mode. The instructions. Trading card. And I never understood what these are, so seem to come with all of them. And of course the plastic wrap. So that's what's in the box, and let's get to reviewing the toy. Alright, now taking a look at his alt mode, it is pretty faithful to the Datsun 280ZX. I do like the tampo in here. Zoom in a little bit, focus. And the paint apps on this one, I'm going to say unlike Lambor, for me are just gorgeous. They're spot on. Not one speck of paint in the wrong place or anything like that. It's really nice. Now zooming out a little bit. The gun actually folds up at the handle like that, and it pegs in. Whoops. And it's a hard peg. So there we go. Okay. So he does have weapon storage while he's in alt mode too. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the robot mode. Alright, taking a look at its alt mode, we'll go ahead and knock out the size and scale. It's about 6.5 inches tall, head to toe. And in terms of how he scales, he is in line with the newer MasterPieces. Here's Lambor, and they kind of all scale around MP-10. So let me zoom out some so you guys can see. Okay, there's that. Not doing classics comparisons or anything like that because it's not his line, but you know that he's 6.5 inches, so any toy that you want to see how he'd scale with, just measure it. Alright, now taking a look at the robot mode itself, I'm actually going to angle the camera up a little bit so you guys can see that head sculpt. And it's very nice. It's fresh out of the cartoon. It's crazy how this almost looks like cel-shaded CGI rather than an actual plastic toy. It's very well done. And looking at the detail in, head to toe. Which it has a plenty of. And taking a look at the robot mode. The only slight that I would give it is that the legs are a bit hollow in the back, but at the same time it's nothing that's huge. Okay. Alright, now just taking a look at its posability here. Not a ball jointed head, so it only rotates side to side. Shoulders are on a hinge here and have a separate rotation at the shoulder itself. Bicep swivel. Technically double jointed. Elbows. Swivel at the wrist. Alright. Articulated fingers. And they are all on one rotator. The 4 fingers here. Thumb does not move. Okay. Waist swivel. Full rotation at the thighs. Thigh swivel. Good bend at the knees. Okay. And we have ankle tilt and back and forth range on there. So even though the feet are kind of clunky, they're definitely posable. Let's go ahead and put his gun in hand. Fits similar to Lambor's. Pegs into the palm and leave it ankle him forward some. There we go. Definitely a cool looking and posable toy. And before I forget, he does, when you unpeg him, have shoulder cannons. Okay. I definitely would have rather had missile launchers, but kind of is what it is. I'm sure it's something. It seems like a third party or even Takara Tomy could make just something that pegs in to make them look more like missile launchers. But there you have it. There's the robot mode. Alright, since he comes in alt mode, we're going to do the transformations both from alt mode to robot mode and then robot mode back into alt mode so you can see both. Alright, so starting here, this bottom area, you can see those pretty clear. Actually going to zoom out some. We just take this whole thing and swing it down. Okay? And make sure it actually swings down at these hinges here. So they should go to about the middle of the car. Okay? Alright. Now you can take these, fold them out. Alright? You can already start to see where this is going. Take the arms, fold those out. Okay, now here on the top, I just do under that hood piece right there. Take those, fold it back. Now, there's a little latch here. It doesn't seem like it folds out much, but it does. So, do it as much as you can, and then once again, I'm going through the hood and just bringing that head through. Okay? Alright, then you can take that and kind of pop it back into place. Okay, so where you see the rearview mirrors here, you take those and you actually fold them in. Alright, see where there are these 2 indents here? You kind of fold them around. They're double hinged so that they fit inside of there, those little tabs. Okay? Alright. So now, I'm just taking the doors and hinging those. Just pop it forward some, and there you go. Take those. Okay. And you're already getting an idea of where this is going, which is pretty cool. Alright, so now taking this and bringing it in. Now that piece that we brought forward earlier, that actually pegs in. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little slot. See where that little hole is right there? It's going to tab into this part right here. Okay, so we're bringing this in, and it's a hard tab. I should have actually brought these up first, so my bad. See what I just did there? Just bring both pieces up at the shoulder. Alright. And one of my tabs became untabbed there. Okay. Because for it to fold down correctly, those do have to be tabbed in proper. And there we go. You can see? You already got it. Alright. So there's the upper half. Now the feet, well actually the heels for the feet, just kind of swing up like so. I don't have long fingernails, so what I'm doing, I'm taking a razor blade, I'm going under. There's enough space for you to slide it under, just pull it up. So that you don't risk damaging the toy or anything like that. Okay, so we've got those up. And did you see what I did there? There's a space here. Let's take your finger and do it on each side. Slide those middle pieces up. Okay? Now, we could split these. Okay? And we're going to get the feet done. This is kind of weird how these will go out. So, I don't really know how to describe it, but you can watch. See how that slides out? Okay. And the other side, we're going to do the same thing. Make sure that part gets slid out. Alright, just unpegs and boom. And what that does, it gives us space to take his legs and bring him up. Bring him up. Okay? Now, the windows just go down. Okay. There are two little flaps here. Just make sure those are pushed up. And we're bringing these are actually the front of the feet back in. Now those parts that we rotated out earlier, we're just rotating them back up. Okay. So now on the back here, what we can do, we can take this, slide it, and there are two pegs. Okay. Alright. So you see he's already standing here. Well, put his arm down. Then we just take the waist. And boom. There you have them in robot mode. Okay. Just rotating to show you. Okay. So let's get him transformed from robot mode back into alt mode. Alright, now transforming him back into alt mode, I'm actually just going to do the reverse of how I transformed it in the first place. So, I'm rotating the waist backwards, unpegging that, folding that flap out, okay? Alright, now with the feet, I'm moving those back out, rotating these guys, okay? See how I move those out? You want these pegged in, or not, well, tabbed in, move them forward, okay? So that's that. And this gives you space to go ahead and get those legs crunched back down. Okay. And okay. Rotate the windows up. See? Looks like kind of a jumbled mess, but we'll get there. Alright. Just gonna peg the legs back in. Okay. And from there, we can actually bring the backs of the legs back in. We've got the windows pegged up. Now, bring these in. Okay. Okay. And we're almost done. So, we're going to unpeg this. And just be careful. That's such a tight peg. Alright. We're bringing these down again. We're going to bring these pieces out. Okay. The doors, I'm going to go ahead and peg them back in now. Okay. And you can see kind of where it's supposed to go from there. Make sure the wheels are turned out. Okay. And then you're going to use that double joint and bring those fists back in. Wow, I lost a light. Okay. See that? And now we're back to square one. Now, we're going to take this. Make sure the head's rotated down. And then this whole hinge, we're just bringing it back up. It's okay if it unpegs, because it'll peg back in the end. Alright? And then there's this part. Looks like my cannons got a little bit out of whack, but it's fine. You can just lay them down while they're in there. Bring that, hinge it down, and snap. Boom. Make sure everything's tightened up. Fantastic. And there we go. Now he's back into his alt mode. And final thoughts on Takara Tomy's MP-17 Prowl. He's awesome. He scales well with the MasterPiece line. He looks great in both robot and alt modes. Plenty posable, and the price was great. I ordered mine on HLJ, and I believe it was 40 bucks before shipping, and it was like 55 with EMS shipping. So definitely has a cost that's worthy of its, size class and everything like that, because it is on the smaller size at 6.5 inches. But it's definitely one I'd recommend. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this, please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, all that jazz, and see you next review.